That's it. It's unbelief. Not just belief in God, but I think it's in short supply, and I think more of us need it. And if we don't have more of it, doubt's going to win. If doubt wins, we're all going to lose. And we got stuff out there to believe in. I think people are looking for it. I know I am.
I don't want it just because I can get it. Hang on a minute.
Right.
What is it that I really want? What is it that I really would like?
I want to be scared of the role that I'm going to take on because I'm not sure where it's going to go, but I'm going to trust that I'll come up on the other side.
We have to define success for ourselves, and then we have to put in the work to maintain it.
And there are a lot of men that I know who are looking for that definition, that feel like,
I've been told what it's not.
and now I don't know what it is.
Let's say someone has been kicked in the nuts a good bit by life. How do you advise them to sort of become the hero of their own story again?
Oof. Man, that's a tough one. That's a great question. You know, I sit here with a life where I have the luxury to project, to ask myself and ask others, no, make a sacrifice today. Sacrifice a plastic ring today for a gold crown tomorrow. Sacrifice something today for more freedom tomorrow. Sacrifice something today for a possible healthier future for your kids. I understand that's a luxurious position. I'm not going to apologize that I'm in it, but I understand to someone in misery, they're going, good for you, man. I'm trying to feed family tonight. I'm not thinking past that. I can't think past that. What do you ask them to do? Yeah, my indirect thing I would say and understand is, well, if you don't have the hope or believe in something, you're definitely going to remain where you are. And if you have hope and faith in something, I'm not saying it's 100% get out of jail. You're going to absolutely get out, but you got the best chance to. Yeah, the book's about belief. That's what I'm peddling here. I need more of it. I personally believe in God, but the whole thing's not for people that just believe in God. Believe in trying to pursue your better self, transcendent self. If you believe in the future, you believe in your kids, you believe in the past, something. Don't know what that is? Ask yourself what you die for. Start there. Everyone kind of believes in something. There's an argument that even nihilists do believe in nothing's even something. I've never been able to really live with, by hook or by crook, I'll get it how I can get it. I'll lie, cheat, and steal to get it. I got the prize, and I'm still okay. I got it. My own shadow chases me down in the middle of the night, and those nightmares do become my own daymares. I think I naturally come back, and look, I hustle. I'm a hustler. I'm not puritanical. I'm not trying to preach a absolute straight and narrow way to go things. I bullshitted my way into things and faked my way into making things. Pulled off stunts. Why? Wait a minute now. So we're saying if success is the key, if success is the measurement, and you can get it by lying, cheating, and stealing, and still be rewarded the gold medal, that's what's happening. Are we ready to say that's okay? Are we ready to say that's just how it is? We have leaders in positions now that are saying, yeah, just win. Well, just win, just succeed. But yeah, I don't care, you get there. You did it. Congratulations, come to the front of the line. So what are the ethics? I don't know, what'd the winner do? Well, but wait, what about rules? Oh yeah, by the way, the rules, if you follow them, you're a sucker. I started to find myself going, oh, wait a minute. I'm not ready to wave that white flag. Are we ready to wave that white flag and go, we can see that's what it is, because there's many reasons to do so. And so I'm looking around at people and going, I'm not finding people to believe in, and I'm finding it harder to believe myself.
That although those people might get to the front of the queue and be awarded the medal that you're awarded, or the queue that you get to the front of, might not actually give you what you want. And you start by sort of reframing success, which I think is a really important thing, especially for a young generation, especially for men who are, the first to want to get to the top of the pyramid in certain pursuits in life. And okay, you can get to the top of the pile, or you can get the gold medal, but be careful what that medal represents, and a medal in what?
Right.
And
what relevant for what? We all want to be relevant. Okay, like relevant for what? We want to succeed. But when we succeed, do we act? Is it worth it if we don't profit?
Yeah, you said, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If more, we're trained to go. The quantity is the goal. That's it. Well, and if that's sacrificing quality, or value, what we actually value, what are you really winning?
Sometimes you can do everything right and still not get the result that you wanted. And that seems like a really tough pill to swallow for people. I think that's why people become uncomfortable with fully feeling their emotions.
Yeah.
So where do you go? What do you think when I gave it my all there, I bared myself, and I still got kicked in the nuts?
Yeah. Not only did I feel like I deserve it, I feel like I earned it, and I still didn't get it. Wait a minute, but you said that's the playbook, and I followed the playbook. You said these were the rules and the regulations. I followed it, and I was good at it, and I still didn't get it.
Is there something that you try to remember about the upside of a crisis during a crisis, or do we just need to ride that out? Zooming out would be so beautiful, and in retrospect, if only you could give yourself the gift of distance, of time.
Yeah.
And yet you know something hard is going to come again, and you're going to be swept away by the wave.
I mean, for me, I think it's an obvious dance of the both, because you can't jump to the objective right away and go, inshallah, oh, fate'll have it, this too shall pass, I'm fine. No, because then you don't deal with the crisis. I do have a pretty quick threshold for being able to laugh, like honestly start giggling when I'm in the shit, because I've found that I'm able to handle the shit better if the quicker I start going, are you kidding me? I'll get objective and remind myself things like, you gonna die, McConaughey, which gives me that, so what? This is not as big of a deal as I thought.
The result, which we know there isn't really one, and we cannot imitate someone else's exact result. We're going to have our own way to get there. The approach is all. I think that's the best our life can get, is one constant approach, and with many different approaches, but knowing there is no result.
You know the story of Sisyphus? Man gets cursed. I think he was a demigod. Gets cursed to roll a boulder up a hill. It's a heavy, heavy boulder. He rolls it uphill, and just as he gets to the very top, he stumbles and it falls down and crushes him.
Okay.
And he needs to walk back to the bottom, turn around, pick it back up. And Albert Camus' famous line is, we must imagine Sisyphus happy. That this pointless pursuit, that he finds joy in the process of doing it.
So I grew up only knowing sort of the courage of the persistence. Be resilient, endure, get up, dust yourself off, go. The problem with that, the Achilles heel with that, is if you get up and you have the courage to keep on going every time and get up and dust yourself off, you make the same mistakes each time around because you never backed up to have what I've now learned and still learning is the courage to go, no, I'm going to let some people pass me in the race right now because I'm going to look at why I keep stepping in that damn same pothole and twisting my ankle, the same spot. Why I keep failing when I try to get that next spot in this relationship, or failing in this place to get this product of my craft to the next.
Would that be the relinquishing of the rom-com era in a small part for you?
It's a small part, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely courageous. I did honestly think I'd written myself a one-way ticket out of Hollywood. People close to me, basically almost everybody besides my wife, was like, what is your major malfunction, little brother?
You got it made.
Why are you throwing a jackknife in this stuff where you're tripping yourself running downhill, man? You did it. I had my wife and myself to remind myself of that 4 a.m. clarity that I had in tears when I was like, no, I'm rolling the dice. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, man. I did think I wrote myself a ticket out of Hollywood. I did look at other vocations, become a teacher,
wildlife guide. I seriously look at those things. But over time, and it was about 20 months, it was gone long enough, had found anonymity enough, was not in your living room in a theater in a rom-com, you didn't see me on a beach shirtless. Where is he? Turning down the $14.5 million offer, maybe people go, oh shit, what's he up to? You don't just step out of Hollywood and enter, unless you turn that down because you got a plan. You got somewhere you want to go. And I think that made me more attractive as a new novel idea. But that was, that risk I think it's fair to say that took a fair amount of courage from me.
We often see resistance as a form of failure and something that we should endeavor to avoid. You think about the avoidance of like people building families, or even many people consider that we're living in a bit of a comfort crisis. This is slightly a different sort of analogy, but most of the diseases that we have today, whether they're diseases of, the mind, like, people feeling lonely and isolated, or physical diseases, 80% of Americans getting back pain, but no one in the Hadza tribe in Africa getting back pain. They're all a consequence of us continually choosing comfort, which is a short-term friend but long-term enemy. And resistance, I think, is something increasingly we can choose, opt out of.
Oh, and we've out-convenienced ourselves. What's AI gonna do to us? Talk about convenience. How much, and I want to keep hearing studies, I wonder if you have an opinion on this. How much of you coming up with an idea and then writing and rewriting it, thinking about it, no, that's not our export. Oh, no, this is what I really mean and how to get it. How much of that is really valuable to get it beyond just an intellectual idea, more valuable than just going, there it is. Because what comes out of AI, incredibly impressive. Our hunch is that, we can use it for like signpost to help us. Oh, that's good. That'll help. Thank you for helping me organize. But there's a value to us going through the sweat equity of learning something.
But through history, people like Richard Feynman, the physicist, has said the best way to learn something is to learn it and then to go through the pain of writing it, condensing it down to a simple truth like you do so often in your new book, Poems and Prayers, and then sharing it with the world and then getting the feedback. And if the world understood it like you meant it, like that poem you just shared, you understand it. That's evidence that you get it.
Right.
So I think AI is going to be great for me saying something to you, but not learning something myself. And I think if you want to defend creativity and innovation and the ability to think, you actually have a huge opportunity, which is to go left when everyone's going right.
Well, now we're going into, I got that thing in there. I said, what's better? Take eight big risks in life, sin once, miss the mark once, but get achieve seven out of 8, or take 100 risks and achieve 8 of them. My hunch is that if there's a God, he's saying, go for the 100 and get 8, rather than 8 and get 7. If you're not taking enough risk to sin or miss the mark, which is what sin means, to fail, what are you doing? Don't come back with even money. Come back with the safe bets, which that can become a sort of recessive peace, namaste. No, it's almost I don't think it's what the mystics meant when they were like, be disattached. I think it meant go embrace, but for highs and lows and pains and pleasures, understand that those outward things are not the things to be attached to for your own identity. It's got to be inward first. Enjoy those, partake, but don't become attached to those for your measure.
Without complacency, trust that time is on your side.
Yep.
What do you mean there?
Yeah, man. Don't get ahead or behind it. And I can get in a rush. And I haven't found, look, and I know how to hustle, and let's go. The clock's ticking. We're all behind. All hands on deck. We got to bust ass. No time for pause. There's no sleep, no nothing. Get the caffeine out. Let's go. Sometimes we got to do that. But that is usually because an unforeseen circumstance has happened, that there's a crisis we got to deal with, or we've procrastinated and I put myself in that position where we got to cram. But it's not those two circumstances. We got to watch ourselves getting ahead of time. And it's on your side. It's a little what I mean about the living longer and living more quality. Time's on our side. And we're forced to think and feel, especially today with how fast things move, that more productivity, faster pace, more information, faster pace, it's better. We're ahead of time a lot. It's the John Wooden, a great basketball coach for UCLA. Be quick, but don't be in a hurry. That was his note to his basketball players. It's like, be quick, but don't be in a hurry. You will miss things. You know, it's the Lego set, man. And you sit there and you get in a rush. You don't read the directions. You get to the end and you've got 12 pieces left. And you're like, shit. Because you got in a hurry. You got ahead of time. Instead of just that feeling of, I've checked out what I need to do and it's all adding up and this thing's built right and the foundation right and boom, there's the last piece that fits. Voila. It was with time. Time's on our side. It's not an enemy. The end. Death is not the enemy. I do believe that part of, not in a rush to get there, and we want to stave it off sometimes, and that it can be a screaming fight, and partially denial can help us get there. I understand that, but still, it's on our side. It's going to happen. And since it's going to happen, and that's non-negotiable, might as well go, well, I'm not going to rush to try and make more of it than there is. I want to try and spend the time I got as well as I can, produce, succeed, achieve, well, whatever those things are, but also at a pace that I'm me, that I like to dance to. I like the give and the take. I like the reverb. I like the cause and effect of how things are happening at this pace. Like start now. That doesn't mean time's on my side. Yeah, dude. Inshallah. When it happens, it'll happen. No, I'm like, wake up. Clock's ticking. It's on your side. Now just move with it. Dance with it. Put some soul with the facts.